So Nintendo, what would you say is your opinion on these two Miis right here?
Disgusting black creatures, get out of my sight.
Oh. Alright, so I know I might have, and by might have, I definitely have, talked about pretty much this exact same thing in my Death of Nintendo's Creativity video, but I just wanted to go in further because that wasn't the main topic, I just used it as an example. I think that to this day, the Miis have been done dirty. And I say this because look at how they've been treated post Wii U. Like I said before, they went from being right next to the disc channel being the second attraction. They're not the main attraction because obviously that's just the games, right? But they're the second attraction. Making Miis is fun. They knew that and they did the exact same thing for the Wii U. The problem arises when you get to the Switch and you have to go through a settings tab and go down 1500 fucking tabs to find them. They don't get music. I mean, hell, again, that's a part of the larger problem with the Switch and its presentation. It has no music. There's no app specifically designed for Miis, you know, like every other game has. They don't have that anymore. They don't even have like a little icon at the bottom or their own little separate tab at the bottom or icon at the bottom where you can make them. No, you have to dig in order to be able to find the Mii maker. And that shit's crazy. When these are the guys that were at the forefront of the Wii, we would like to play. Remember that? Yeah, these guys were at the forefront and are the reason that you have a spot in the top 3 best-selling video games of all time. And this is how you do them? Disgusting. I mean, I believe I said before, they went from the top of the world to fucking bums within a few years just because of the Wii U doing that. It's like, yeah, you still need a Mii in order to have a Nintendo Network account, I believe, and you have to have a main Mii in order to use your Switch and stuff, I think. But at the same time, that doesn't mean much. They just like to forget about the Miis. I mean, think about it this way, right? Miis were in Mario Kart Wii. Makes sense. Miis were in Mario Kart 7. Makes sense. Miis were in Mario Kart 8 and 8 Deluxe. Makes sense. But now, all of a sudden, with the new Switch 2 and Mario Kart World, they're nowhere to be found. And you might think, oh, well, that's just one case. No, it's not. And you want to know why? Because think about Nintendo Switch Sports, which, by the way, is a shitty fucking name, and I will always stand by that. That name sucks. And I say this because I was thinking about a new quote-unquote Wii sports game ever since like 2017 or 18. Back then I was like, obviously they can't call it Wii Sports anymore because it's on the Switch, so why not call it Mii Sports? I have been saying Mii Sports long before Switch Sports was even announced. Alright? Long before it. It's still a catchy name and it makes sense, but no. Nintendo Switch Sports doesn't even roll off the tongue, and Switch Sports isn't that much better either. They fumbled the bag. But you know what else they fumbled? Miis. Because Miis are barely even in the game. You have to unlock the ability to have Mii heads on top of these fuckers. Who are these people? They look like scarecrows. They look like dolls. They're creepy. These are who the Miis were replaced for? I don't even know their names. What even are their names? Hold on, I'm gonna Google it real quick. They're called Sports Mates. Yeah, that's it. Sports Mates. That's what they're fucking called. They literally just look like bootleg versions of Miis that you would have found in those stupid ass shovelware Wii games from all those years ago. And nobody thought, maybe we should just put the Miis back in the game. Make them lankier if you need to. Give them different outfits if you need to. But I mean, goddamn, they weren't even in Smash Bros. Brawl. I think because of time constraints or something. But they got to be in Smash 4 and Ultimate. The Miis at least should have a dedicated spot in Nintendo's legacy. But no, Nintendo's throwing them away. They're throwing them to the side for nothing. Why are the Miis paying for the Wii U sins? I don't understand. Wii Sports Club fucking blew. So we get another sports title for the first time in almost a decade and a half. For the first time in a decade, maybe close to a decade and a half. I'm not sure when Wii Sports Club came out. And you're telling me that the Miis got replaced. Through no fault of their own, mind you. It's just tragic. That's all I'm saying. That is all I am saying. Listen. Oh, by the way, another addition from that Nintendo's Creativity video. I also called it. I called the fact that the Nintendo Switch 2 home menu would be the same fucking thing as the Switch 1. No music, no nothing. See, they almost caught me because I saw a couple of videos where people were setting them up and there's music in the background. I'm like, oh, maybe I was wrong. And you know, I wouldn't have been all that disappointed to have been wrong about that, because that at least meant they took a step in the right direction. But no, they fooled the people. They even fooled me for a little bit. Because as soon as you're done with all this setup and you get to the main menu, silence. Pure silence. $450 for that. At least the fucking PlayStation 5 has a background, whatever the hell that is. I don't think I necessarily call it music, but something. Even when you're not highlighting games, it still has something going on in the background. But this, I mean, why? It makes no sense. Even if you don't want to take the specific game's OST route like the PS5, you still have the option for background music in the main menu. Or at least give some things music, like, again, the Mii Maker, that deserves music more than anything. Both the Mii channel music and the Mii Maker music from Wii U are pretty famous tracks that you hear a lot. The Mii channel music you've been hearing for the last almost 20 years. And the Wii U's, it's recently been making some noise. I've been hearing it more and more through the year 2025, so who knows, maybe this is its time. But besides that, this has been a rant about Mii's. This is like the most nonsensical video topic I think I've ever had. Oh well.